Live at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Wallingford Sports Show. Coming up tonight, we're going to talk to the Indians head coach Mark Centers about the amazing football season for Madison Central. Plus, Ruth Hughes and some players from Estill County will join us. All that live coming at you at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
This is a special sports presentation of the Wallingford Broadcasting Company.
Sports fans, it's time for the Wallingford Sports Show. The Wallingford Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and also brought to you in part by Jack Burford Chevrolet, the law office of Patrick O'Neill, King Brothers Used Cars, and Honchels. Now let's go live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet studios discussing the hottest sports topics around. Here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Live at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. Glad to have you tuned in here on the Wallingford Sports Show, and we are brought to you by Jack Burford Chevrolet from the studios of Jack Burford Chevrolet. Obviously, not in the studio today, but we are live at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we are excited to have the head man of the Madison Central football team. Coach, obviously, we're going to start and talk about Friday, not the way you guys wanted it to go, but credit Scott County for that, an amazing game that they put together, and you guys falling in the semi-state game to a pretty good Scott County team. Just talk about that game and how the season ended for you guys.
Well, you know, obviously, I'm still kind of processing it myself a little bit. I think all of us are. You know, all of our guys, the first day back to school, with no practice and everything. We all wanted to see the season go a week longer, but you know, it didn't happen. And so, you know, we're trying to kind of move past all that and focus on the positive things of the season. And you know, equipment turn in is always a sad day around the locker room, but or at least, you know, I guess 6 schools in the state will get to celebrate that next week. But all the rest of us are disappointed putting up our pads, and we'd like one more win. But you know, Scott County's a phenomenal football team. Got to give them a lot of credit. You know, as surprising as this is probably going to sound, we played some pretty good defense when we were taking our keys. We had some really good plays against the run game. Their offense makes you commit so much to the run that it leaves you in some one-on-one situations on the pass, and certainly, you know, a couple of big plays that they had were a direct result of us just missing a key and not being where we were supposed to be at the right time. But then a couple of plays that they had, we were right where we were supposed to be, and Covington made a phenomenal catch down the sideline, and he was well covered, and you know, a couple of those things, and it kind of snowballed on us early. But you know, outside of that, you know, the message to my guys is our older guys, you know, really savor the moment and enjoy the fact that you were in the semifinals for the first time in school history.
Exactly.
And for the younger guys, let's learn how to play in this moment and make sure that it's not the last time we get there.
Yeah, when I was watching the game from up there in the booth, I mean, we've got a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
We were confused as to where the football was. So I know down there, whenever you've got a tougher angle at it to figure out where the football was, it's a lot harder down there. And you guys did a really good job against the Barnett kid, who was, you know, over 1,600 rushing yards, 23 touchdowns. You kept him in check for most of the football game.
Well, and again, you know, we've had a pretty good run defense all year. You know, we've done some things well as far as taking our keys. You know, our guys held up well. You know, the thing that I guess I probably heard more times going into the game as anything else is how is our D-line going to hold up against that big offensive line and things like that. And our guys are tough, man. They fought hard. They're strong. They did a great job as far as that. And you know, stuffing the run in between the tackles was kind of our forte all year, and we were able to do that. You know, obviously Brown got loose around the edge a couple of times, and you know, that was again, we made a huge play on the little quick sweep on the first play of the game, and then the second play of the game we missed our key, and that's all they need. That's absolutely all they need is just a crack. And you know, Coach McKee's been running that offense now for, you know, far more than 20 years. I don't want to put a time frame on it, but you know, he's seen every defense going. You know, and he knows how to adjust, and he's always setting up a play with the first play that he ran. So, you know, overall, again, I don't ever want to act like I'm satisfied because at the end of the day, we did get beat 40-6. A lot of that credit goes to Scott County, and I think Scott County's a pretty good football team. Male is a phenomenal team. They've got a lot of speed. Their athleticism is outstanding. Obviously, got a big win over St. X and Trinity on the way to the finals, and Coach Wolf has probably had more success against St. X and Trinity than perhaps anyone not named Bob Redmond in Louisville in a long time. So, I do feel like that if Scott County can establish their run game and protect the football, there's a good chance that they're going to give Mail a good run for their money this weekend.
Coach, I really have two questions. The first one being, going into the game, the bus ride over, even when you get there and they look out at that stadium, it's a much bigger stadium than sometimes what they've been used to playing. What did you say to them before the game to get them motivated, knowing that this, we talked about it last week, this is the toughest game you guys have played all season? What did you say to get them motivated? And then I'll go with question 2 here in a minute.
Well, our guys were extremely excited. It didn't take a whole lot of external motivation. I mean, we were geared up all week. And
so not intimidated?
No, I don't think so at all. I think our guys went out there. I think really, and I'll be honest about it, I made a comment to Nathan, and I don't know. I haven't read anything. I've tried to stay off of
all
about
social
everything
media
for the last few days. But with our guys, in my opinion, when we went into that game, it showed how far our program has come.
Yes.
In the last few years, we went on back in 2014. I think we played Scott County the third or fourth game of the season. And as a coach, you get a pretty good read on your guys. And, I felt like going into that game, I could see our guys, and our kids just didn't believe that they were going to win that game. And that was just a regular season game, game 3 or 4 of the regular season.
It was at Scott County too, right?
It was at home.
Was it home?
Yeah, it was at home, and it ended up 60-something to 20-something or something like that. And it was not a good night. And I didn't feel good about it because our kids, again, I felt like our kids just did not expect to compete that night. And so, we've played them on the lower levels, with JV freshman levels every year since been in the freshman conference and those things with them and done all those things. Our guys are pretty much familiar with them. But we never once during the week did I ever think that our guys were intimidated to go play Scott County.
Yeah.
When they walked on the field, they expected to win. And I think a little bit of it, especially with so many seniors on the field, I think they so expected to win that when things did kind of get out of hand there after a couple plays, I think that shell shocked them as much as anything else.
Yeah, especially after that interception.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and that, I don't know, that may be coach speak and that may be me trying to rationalize. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But the thing that I do know is this. Those guys went into battle week after week. And we played some pretty good teams, played pretty good schedule the last few years. And our guys have been pretty well battle-tested, and they walked into that game Friday night expecting to win. I promise you, our guys were as shocked as anybody that it got out of hand the way that it did that quickly. That being the case, we've got to learn how to handle those situations. Yeah. We've got to learn how to be more disciplined. We've got to learn how to be ready, I guess, to compete in that big setting. It was a phenomenal crowd, both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Good crowd that traveled
big
down.
Crowd.
We, our folks traveled really well. I was so excited to see that. The stadium was full. I would venture to say that the stadium was as full as it's been in a long time. But, that excites me as much as anything.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we make bigger deals as coaches out of small things than we should, and sometimes we gloss over things that we shouldn't. But I was really excited about our guys and how the community got behind our guys. And
absolutely.
And, football felt important.
Yeah,
and it really, really is exciting to see. And we definitely want to carry that going forward.
All right, my second part to this question.
I'm going to eat, by the way, while you
You eat.
Yeah, how about that?
We'll just talk.
Yes.
Okay, second part to the question is, we've been for weeks talking about how special this team is. They are a special, phenomenal group of young men. Couldn't ask for any more. So what did you say to them at halftime to motivate them to come out? They went right out, madder than fire, I think, to get that first touchdown.
Right. I go back to what I said a minute ago about I think they were as shocked as anybody that things had got out of control in the first half. That's their varsity defense sitting right out there, and we march it straight down the field. and the clock was already running, things were already rolling. But our guys, they went to it, and they weren't going to back down. And I think that's a little bit of evidence that they weren't going to back down. Again, I told the seniors, you've got 24 more minutes of high school football to play. And you better go out there and take advantage of every second that you get, because at some point, you're
going to wish you had it back.
You're going to wish you had it back. And I told our young guys to get ready, because what our young guys were going to do for the next 24 minutes was learn how to play in that big environment. And, that's how it happened in a way. But, and I know our seniors, will like to have had more time, but, they started subbing JV in, and Coach didn't want our varsity playing against his JV any more than I wanted his varsity playing against my JV. So it was the right thing to do as the game moved on into the latter stages for us to start subbing and getting some guys in, and taking advantage of that opportunity to get some of our young guys that experience on a big stage, so that when they get their opportunity, hopefully to be on that big stage one day, that maybe they won't have those jitters.
Yeah. I just hope they all realize how special this team is, and not hang their heads on it.
Well, when you have that kind of ending, it's easy to hang your head.
Yeah.
Because you forget about what you've done. Just think about that moment.
Yes, the district championship, the region championship.
Give these guys time to realize how important they were to not only this year, but to help build this football program. And that's what I wanted to ask
building blocks.
What do you think this year, not only done for maybe you as a coach or some of these boys, but just the football program at Madison Central?
Well, we talked a lot about that when we got home. The win in the region last week, or I guess a week or so ago now, before, it was great, because I got to see some of those guys who had been seniors for us before out there taking pictures and hugging and enjoying the moment too, and getting to see those have that opportunity to just enjoy it. And each senior class that we've had in our 5 years here have had their part in building things and getting things going in the direction that we want them to go. And obviously this senior class reaped some of the rewards of that, but it was also you can say that there is a firm foundation built. One of the things that we told our guys as we walked out, told our younger guys before I dismissed them on Friday night, the goal for us is no longer let's win a region. The goal is now let's move past region. Let's go. Let's get to state. Let's go win a state. And everybody says let's go win a state at the beginning of the year. That's everybody's goal. But now having that as something that we can see as something that is
more
really
reality.
A reality and really possible.
Expectations
the expectations are going to be different. They're going to be higher, and that's the way they should be. So, if our work can match our expectations, then we've got a chance. But 6A, and I'll even say large class football in Kentucky, has been this way for a really long time. But going back to the 4A days, everybody talked about the big three: Trinity, X, and Male. And, Coach McKee and Scott County have been working for 20-plus years building that program into somebody that can be at that level to compete with the big three. And so, the fact that we were in that discussion at the end of the year, that's something that I don't take lightly. I think I read the other day Trinity or X had won every state championship in large class, with the exception going back to 91, GRC won one. And then in 13, Scott County won one. And then Mayo's been sprinkled in there a time or two. But other than that, it's been those big Catholic schools. So nobody takes a 6A job not knowing what's going on. Nobody takes a 6A job not knowing that eventually you're going to have to go through a Trinity, a St. X, a Mayo, and now a Scott County and things like that. With Scott County moving to 5A, I really hope that our program is in position to maybe take one of those upper echelon spots. It's going to take a lot of work. And, you never replace a senior class like this one. But we're not going to try. Our goal is to not replace this one. Our goal is to build on this one. And our young guys see that and get better and better. And as opposed to looking out next year and looking and seeing that we've got 18, 19 starting positions to replace, we're looking for those guys to go fill those shoes right now.
That's big shoes to fill.
So the work in the weight room has already begun on that.
One more question, I'll get you out of here, Coach. When you look ahead to next year, obviously you just said it's going to be hard to replace these guys. Talk about some of the guys that you've got coming back. When you got Gaudy coming back and Story on the outside, you've got some guys that you can build around. Talk about some of the guys that'll be upperclassmen next year that you can help build a program.
Because you even lose the kicker.
Yeah, kicker's gone. The holder's gone. Everybody.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. We're excited about the future and what's coming. When I think about what we've got coming, it does really excite me. In fact that we're going to be young per se next year, but I mean you're going to be young compared to having 25, 26 seniors. But we got Sawyer Cruz, got a lot of valuable reps at inside linebacker this year. He's going to be able to step in. I look for him to step in and play well. Trey Parks, upcoming sophomore, I look for him to mature and have an opportunity to get on the field and play well. Deshaun coming back at corner. Nate Story had a phenomenal sophomore season as a corner. He's a smart kid, multi-sport athlete. Does a great job there. There's already 3-4 guys on the defense that we can begin to start building blocks around. We've got several guys that the defensive line I think is going to be a really, really key thing. We talked about that last year, replacing our defensive line after losing the Cox boys and losing Jordan Akahari in the spring ball.
Yeah. We thought they were irreplaceable too,
Yeah,
and now look.
And then you got Pinson and Hurt, and those guys came in and just had a great year. And Kenton Humphrey's going to be a guy that's going to be noticeably gone after starting for 3 years. And Ben Snap is what a competitor he is. And but we've also got guys that have been getting those reps, and our JV have had 2 good years in a row, and ended up 7-1 this year, and did a really good job there. So there's a lot of pieces there. Offensively, you got Neil Martin coming back on the offensive line. You got Avery Henson coming back on the offensive line. A few other guys that have seen some reps at spot time and things and rotated in. So. We've got some pieces coming, and
how about quarterback?
There's a lot of work. Yeah, there's.
I'm excited about that. Are you, Coach?
There's a kid coming that might be able to do
got
something.
Some reps this year.
He got a few reps this year, so
For those that don't know, his son is the backup quarterback this year, so we're excited about that.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited about that. He works hard just like the rest of the kids, and a lot of times he takes a little bit more heat because he is the coach's kid.
And he gets it at the dinner table too at home,
absolutely,
right?
It never turns off. We're watching film at home and all that stuff. But he's going to work hard, and he's got to earn his spot just like everyone else. But he understands that, and I feel like all those things pieces going in together, will be a really good opportunity for these guys. Like I said, the work's already kind of started in the weight room, and us getting those things going, and it's not going to be that long till we're talking about spring ball. What
do you do now? I'm sure you're busy today getting
recruiting season
seniors.
Has hit. Recruiting season has hit wide open. So we got during these few weeks, the college coaches are able to get out. So we saw some of those today. Already got several guys scheduled to come in the rest of the week, trying to take up equipment and everything like that, and inventory and all those fun things.
Yeah.
And I tell guys all the time, the glamorous life of a high school football coach, all the laundry and inventory and accounting and all that stuff, fun.
Is it like the TV commercials? You get out the OxyClean and you clean those uniforms?
Maybe, yeah. But, my wife will tell you she's been dealing with me doing this for 11, 12 years now. She knows it's all just on to the next part of the season, and the off season will be well underway here very soon, and it's just the next step in the process.
It is exciting.
It truly
though,
is a year-long job.
Yeah, it really is exciting to see the progression of these, even months. Who was, used to play basketball, did both seasons.
I mean, I don't think anybody.
Now he's got coaches. He's going to go play football in college. That's pretty cool.
You got a lot of kids, I think, that'll hopefully start, because they deserve it. When you look at some of these kids that haven't gotten the appreciation or the looks from some of these schools, especially locally, yet.
Yeah.
That needs to be coming in pretty soon.
Meaning Eastern.
I didn't say it. You said it, but we'll leave it like it is. Before we let Coach go, Samantha, we look back on this amazing year. We had Estill County, struggled, ended up making the playoffs. We had Madison Southern, struggled, still made the playoffs. I look back on the entire year, some really good athletes that we had. And I was like, we got to pick a player of the year.
Oh.
It's really tough this year.
I don't want to be in charge of that.
We had so many guys that deserved it, not only from Madison Central, but Southern had some good players. Estill County had some seniors that they're going to be hard to replace. But when I looked at the landscape of Class 6A, there was one guy that stuck out to me. Now, don't get me wrong. You could have given it to Freddie Chenault. You could have given it
Miller.
to Ethan Hahn. You could have given it to Blake Muntz.
Well, I thought you were going to go with Hahn.
If you lead Class 6A in tackles,
oh, yeah.
and you're an inspirational leader,
Jackson
Jewett.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to
I said it backwards.
You got to give it to Jackson Jewett. He's my player of the year this year, and just because over 10 tackles every game, he led the team in tackles every single game. 9 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries. Scored 6 times on 2-point conversions. He put him in there on offense to block for Freddie Chenault on the power formation. Just absolutely everything you would want from a kid. Jackson Jewett did it this year. And
what an honor.
Just an amazing leader for you, Coach Centers. And I know this guy will appreciate this, but congratulations. Our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Year for football. It was a hard choice, but a young man that led Class 6A in football, and there are some amazing players out there in Class 6A. To lead Class 6A in football and tackle, it's a pretty good honor for him. So he is our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Year.
We need some clapping.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I know that he would appreciate this greatly. He's a great young man. He puts his heart and soul into it. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that puts as much heart and soul into it. And, he's an emotional guy by nature, and he goes out there and plays with his hair on fire a little bit, But, you mentioned, 151 tackles this year leading 6A. You got 250 some odd, I think 256 tackles for his career, which is pretty darn good, overall. We use WL Stats, the company that does state championship game, as our stats, and sometimes they're a little stingy with giving those stats a little bit. I got
on to you a couple times this year. I told you.
Well, I love it. I mean, there are guys they
have to earn it.
I never have to question. I never have to justify when someone comes in and asks about the stats of our kids. I never ever have to justify that at all. They, they're accurate and they're pretty much on point. And so, all those things being said, the type of player that Jackson is, and definitely type of leader of our defense, and I think he's very deserving of the award, and I appreciate you guys for honoring him with that.
It's been a fun season for sure.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thank you for coming on with us a bunch. These last few weeks have been fun watching you guys, and looking forward to next year already. Get the guys to work, and then we'll take it with you this summer.
Give me a break for a minute, Michael. Give me a break for a minute.
Okay, we are live at Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's Christmas time, Christmas season. If you come over to Buffalo Wild Wings and you buy a $25 gift card, you will receive a $5 bonus card to go with that. So, Samantha, if you're looking for a good gift for me, I'll take the $25 gift card, and you can keep the $5 bonus card for yourself, okay?
So generous.
Keep that in mind.
So
all right, guys,
generous.
when we come
Coach,
back,
you can stick around with us if you want to. We're going to talk Kentucky football.
Kentucky football. We've got Estill County girls coming on with us as well. All that and more coming up live at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
Make sure to visit jackburford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find, and that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond. Honchel's Men's Store is not just a men's clothing store. It's a first pair of boots store, an outfit to match Dad's store, a place to cheer on your favorite team store, and now they're also a place to get a women's clothes store. Honchel's has it all. When the weather starts to get cold, get to Honchel's for the latest Carhartt brands to keep everyone in the family warm. Plus, Honchel's has a huge selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. Family owned and trusted for over 50 years, where you'll always get free gift wrapping and personalized service. Honchel's in the West Irvin Plaza. Hey everybody, meet my new intern, Alan Cutler.
Oldest intern in America. 20 applied for the job and I got it. Look, I am so excited to be doing the Madison Central games with you.
Yeah.
They're special. The Feldhouse family is special. It's a ton of fun. Join us on WBONTV.com and Y92.5 WEKY.
Alan, how about some coffee?
Okay, I'm the intern.
Don't forget the cream and sugar.
Okay.
This is a little much.
Back here on the Wallingford Sports Show, we're glad to have you tuned in live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Where's Samantha? It is Christmas season. Come over to Buffalo Wild Wings, buy yourself a $25 gift card, get a $5 bonus card, and right now they've got the taps going on. They've got the West 6 Brewery taps. Come over here and get you that and get 10% off. If
You
try
can't
one of these,
have that yet.
I cannot have
that. You got to wait
till
till after the
I'm
show.
Good to go.
After the show.
I'm good to go. Well, listen, we had Mark Centers on talking some football. We had Alan Feldhouse, and we've had John
Austin
Bentley and
Newton.
Austin Newton on talking basketball.
Now we got to have girls
Gotta get the
basketball,
girls
right?
some love. Now,
50-50, showing the love.
Coach Cooksey from Madison Central and Coach Summer Simmons from
Couldn't
Southern
come
both
this
had
week. They
games
have games tonight.
We'll
yeah.
get them on eventually. But let's talk some Estill County basketball. Coach Ruth Hughes in her second year now, right?
Yes, sir.
As the head coach. You've been around Estill County basketball for
a long time.
For a long time.
16 years now.
Lord have mercy.
Can't be that long, right? Seems like yesterday.
They were little when I started.
Well, my first question is, have you got some better assistant coaches this year?
No.
Still got
Sorry,
Blaine, and we got to talk to the staff over there and the administration about getting you some more pay to get some better assistant coaches.
Yeah. Will you do that? That'll help a lot.
I'll make the call
Thank you.
tomorrow. I'll make the call tomorrow. Well, let's talk about this team. Last year, you lose a couple of players, one transferred, a couple graduated. Yeah. Now you look ahead to this year. 14th region as a landscape seems like it's kind of wide open. There are a couple of teams at the top, but after that, it kind of gives you guys a chance to step in there and maybe make a run this year.
Yeah, it's really wide open. You have your Knott County, who's always good. They got Jada Higgins, who is going to be at EKU next year. So, and then Leslie County is always good. They return most of their starting lineup, and even though they have a new head coach, they're still really good. But other than that, it is wide open. You always have to contend with the Letchers and the Hazards, but other than that, I mean, it is wide open. If you make a good run, we could be right there in the mix with everybody.
Let's talk about your district. Obviously, Powell County, Owsley County, and Lee County. There's been some really good individual talent within the district the last few years. The Gibson girl at Owsley County, the girl that played at Lee County was really good. Now they're gone, I think.
Yes,
so that kind of opens it up even more for you all this year.
With Macy Gibson and Hannah Cash, they were just unbelievable talents, but they both graduated. Most people have put Powell County at the top, and then us, and then Lee and Owsley, but it's still going to be tough. Powell still has Ashley King and Macy Howell. They're very solid players. Now, Lee County loses a lot, but they still have the Ross kid and the 6'4" Hinkle. She's quite the impact. I mean, 6'4" is hard to go against.
Oh, yeah, 6'4" in girls basketball is pretty good.
Yeah, and then Owsley, they lost Macy, which is 32, 35 points a game, 17 rebounds a game.
It's hard to replace.
But everybody else is back for them, so they'll still be tough.
Now, if you've never been to a Powell County, Estill County basketball game, they play the girls and the boys back to back every single time, and I tell you what, it is all kinds of fun. Just talk about that rivalry. I mean, for folks over here that don't know it as well, if you watch Central Southern, it seems like that, the way you two go at it every single year.
Well, us and Powell for years, we're always in the district championship game. And even though we want to beat them as much as we can on the floor, I mean, and it's hard to describe unless you're there. I mean, we just get after it. I mean, we will fight tooth and nail on the floor. Now, we have all the respect for Coach Jones and their program, but it seems like it's our season if we win or lose with them. We try not to make it that way, but honestly, it's hard to explain to an outsider. It's the game of the season for 2 games, and then we end up meeting if we end up meeting in the district, then it's even worse. So I don't know. They might be a little bit better at explaining it. It's just we just don't like each other on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, that's supposed to be the way it is. You know,
exactly.
your competitors on the floor, and then you shake hands afterward.
Me and Samantha are like that on Mondays, right? When we come in here on the show Monday, it's a rivalry.
Smack him around a little, and then he smiles.
I get smacked around here, then I get smacked around at home. I get smacked around at the office by Randy. It's just this never-ending saga of Michael Watkins' life.
Didn't he?
Don't feel bad for him,
well,
girls.
let's talk to some of these
girls.
girls. We got 3 seniors on the roster this year. Amelia Farmer comes in, and we'll talk to her. Amelia, when you look at these other 2 seniors, what will it mean to you all to finish out this year on a high note for Estill County?
Well, I remember playing primary ball with both of them. We just found a picture of us sitting at snack time at halftime, and it's amazing to be able to keep playing with them and to finally finish.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, so if you've been playing that long together, you can close your eyes and know where they're supposed to be.
You know what to expect, right?
By now.
Good teammates.
Well, let's talk about you going into your senior year. What's a goal that you've set as a team to going into this season?
Make it through the year.
Yeah, you get hurt every year. I knew there was. I don't know if that was you or not. You got hurt the last 2 years. Tell
us what's happened.
Well, my sophomore year during soccer season, I tore my ACL, and so I worked hard.
On your kicking leg?
Yeah.
Man,
so it's just rough. And so the next year I came back and got injured in the blue-white scrimmage. Yeah, another ACL with meniscus.
Did somebody push you? Was it Quinn?
No, I actually stole the ball. So
okay, well that's good.
Okay, so this year they're putting you in bubble wrap and then throwing you out there.
Yeah, I would really like to play.
Exactly. Well, good deal. Now, when the season gets started, you all open the season with Rockcastle? No, that's the boy.
We open with
Model tomorrow. Okay, so that's a big deal. You all have is it a home game? No, it's on the road up here. So you're back here in Richmond tomorrow night versus Model. Just talk about, is there one game that you always look forward to as a player?
Howe County.
Yeah, it'd be fun to beat them this year, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Always love that.
Okay. Well, let's pass over to Bellamy. If you've ever watched Steph Curry, this is Estill County's version of Steph Curry. How often do you shoot threes at home? Before practice, after practice, do you get a lot of shots up?
Yeah. Sometimes we stay after. Coach Hughes will get the gun out. We'll shoot.
Now, what kind of gun? You don't say when you say gun. What kind of gun are you talking about?
A shooting gun.
Oh, shooting gun. Okay.
It's Estill County. Oh, still a shooting gun. I mean, it's in Estill County. It could be anything in Madison, Estill. It could be any type of gun.
Well, you talked about some of the goals you all have this year. Is there one that you think is going to be important for this team to kind of accomplish?
District championship. We got to win it. That's been our goal.
So that's the first goal.
So that's our first goal. Work hard, play hard.
Now, when you look at some of the coaching staff that you have, what have you learned from Coach Hughes? Now, this is her second year as the head coach. Obviously, you had Brian Hall before her, and I had Coach Hall as a coach myself. But what have you all learned from Coach Hughes under these first 2 years?
Always stay focused. She wants the best out of us, and she wants us to play hard, and that's really what we focus on doing.
Well, there you go. Miss Flynn, you ready? Are you nervous? Listen,
I guess I'm ready.
When you look at the coaching staff, you've got Blaine Click, who you've known for forever.
Yeah.
You've known Coach Hughes for forever, and then you've got this other assistant coach that you might know pretty well.
Awful. If I could fire one of them, it would be
your sister.
The Cassidy Flynn.
Now you're going to be the maid of honor in her wedding, though, right?
I was forced. It was not volunteered. I was forced to do so.
Well, one thing I want to ask you: you've got Cassidy, who was a really good basketball player. Kennedy,
sibling rivalry,
who was
right?
even up there, all-time leading scorer, I think, in Estill County history.
Yes.
Those are big shoes to fill. Do they ever give you a hard time at home and try to poke you a little bit as to how good they were, try to make you feel those shoes a little bit more?
Oh yeah. I get made fun of a lot.
When do y'all play 21 at home? Who wins those games?
Kennedy.
I believe it. Now, she's still at Georgetown?
Yes.
She is? Okay. Well, now, when you talk about Powell County, you talk about Lee and Owsley. And other than the district games, is there one game that you're most looking forward to this year?
We're really looking forward to Bryan Station.
Okay. Well, that's Coach Hall up there, yeah.
I think that'll be a good game, We played under him, so knowing kind of the way he coaches, it'll be a really tough competition, I think. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
What about within the region? Is there anybody else you want to go after? Breathitt County, maybe?
Yeah, Oh, yeah.
Do y'all play Breathitt in the regular season? Not this year? Okay. Well, listen, you all got a big game tomorrow at Model. When's the first home game? Thursday at home. Who do you play? Do you know who you play?
We play Menifee.
Menifee at home on Thursday. Guys,
it probably is hard to memorize the schedule because
I've been looking at them all and I forgot it. Well, I've looked at 3 girls' schedules and 3 boys' schedules, putting our TV schedule together. So it was extremely hard remembering who plays when and all this stuff.
Then once the snow hits, it could all change.
Yes,
so you just never know.
District this year, where's it at? Y'all host? Or
let's give her the mic.
We'll talk to Coach Hughes one more time.
What's your drink?
It's at Owsley County this year.
Good little trip up there, right?
Yes, the district tournament at Owsley is quaint. It's a small gym, but it's one of our favorite places to play. So y'all can come out.
I really want to know, is there anything different that you're doing in your second year of coaching that you didn't do last year? Is there anything that you thought, I need to switch this up a bit?
Not really. I mean, I try to be a little bit more stern with them. I think last year I was really trying to still find my way.
Right.
They loved Coach Hall, and we all love Coach Hall. I still talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit different than him. He's more talkative.
A little bit. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm more reserved than he is, but so I'm trying to be just a little bit more stern and expect more out of them every day on the floor.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Well, if you're in Richmond, don't forget tomorrow night it's Estill County Girls versus Model. That game will be here on Thursday. The Lady Engineers have their first home game versus Menifee County. That game at 7:30, Coach?
Yes.
All right, if you can't make it out, go or we'll have to try to get you some coverage this year. I know we got the Powell County game. I know y'all play Southern and Central this year.
Yes.
So we'll be there for quite a bit covering you all for some girls basketball this year. If you cannot make it out, we'll have you covered for some games, but check out their schedule online and get over there and watch some Estill County girls basketball because Bellamy can shoot. She's a hustler, gets hurt all the time, and this girl's got some big shoes to fill. So get out there and watch Coach Hughes. Good luck this year, Coach, and I look forward to watching y'all play some basketball.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome.
That is Ruth Hughes, Amelia Farmer, Megan Bellamy, and not Kennedy and not Cassidy, but Kylie Flynn of the Lady Engineers of Estill County. When we
That's
come
pretty
back,
good getting that all right.
Yeah, well, listen,
that was good. That's hard.
I had to when I was coaching last year before I got the can. I had to walk in there every single day, and Cassidy's sitting there, so I always had to talk to her. And I got my first year up here was Kennedy's senior year, I think, and got to see her play a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, Kylie, I haven't got to see play as much
this year.
We've been covering a lot of more Richmond games since I've been up here with Danny and William.
Well,
won't let me come up there.
We are going to Estill County.
Well, Danny and William keep telling me I'm a Mycock, so they won't let me come up there and do as many games with them. So we'll look forward to covering you all this year. Good luck, and we'll be cheering you on. When we come back, Kentucky basketball and football had some big games this past week. Kentucky with a thumping of Louisville. We'll talk about that. And our first basketball tomorrow night, Central Southern. We'll talk about that and more when we come back live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
Are you guys Kentucky
Make sure
football
to visit
fans?
JackBurford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website kingbrotherscars.com to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Honchell's Men's Store is not just a men's clothing store. It's a first pair of boots store, an outfit to match dad's store, a place to cheer on your favorite team store, and now they're also a place to get a women's clothes store. Honchell's has it all. When the weather starts to get cold, get to Honchell's for the latest Carhartt brands to keep everyone in the family warm. Plus, Honchell's has a huge selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. Family owned and trusted for over 50 years, where you'll always get free gift wrapping and personalized service. Honchell's in the West Irvin Plaza.
Hey everybody, meet my new intern, Alan Cutler.
Oldest intern in America. 20 applied for the job, and I got it. Look, I am so excited to be doing the Madison Central games with you.
Yeah.
They're special. The Feldhouse family is special. It's a ton of fun. Join us on WBONTV.com and Y92.5 WEKY.
Alan, how about some coffee?
Okay, I'm the intern.
Don't forget the cream and sugar.
Okay!
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back live on the Wallingford Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here, live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Guys, don't forget, if you're here at Buffalo Wild Wings, you can get $25 gift card and get a $5 bonus card with that purchase. That's all here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And this week, we've got some big basketball games. Tomorrow night, Madison Central versus Madison Southern.
It's basketball time.
Excited to be on the air with Alan Cutler tomorrow. He'll be joining us.
Oh, yeah? How much fun is that going to be?
Formerly of LEX 18, and a lot excited about that. Having
All right,
him
so do
on
you
the
think
air
he's
with
been
us.
studying up? He's been learning players?
Listen, I've talked to Alan Cutler almost as much as I've talked to my wife the last few weeks. He is very excited about Madison Central basketball, and the Indians take on their rival, the Eagles of Madison Southern, tomorrow.
Right.
If you're going to be out and about, guys, if you can't make it to the game,
You
come on
can
over to
watch
Buffalo
us.
Wild Wings. They're going to have it on
Watch
here
it
tomorrow
here.
night. And on Friday night, Madison Southern versus Estill County will be up there in Irvin. That game can also be watched live right here at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center. And don't forget about the 15% off with their coupon that we'll be posting up after the show tonight. And if you come over here and get one of these West 6 Brewery taps, you try one of these beers out, they're going to give you 10% off your entire purchase right here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Samantha, we'll talk about basketball here in just a moment. But first, how about Kentucky dominating Louisville this past weekend?
I don't know if I loved the win more or if I loved how undisciplined they were. The guy that clotheslined the other guy, they kept showing that on repeat over and over. And I was like, what a moron.
Yeah. God, you're
The
mean.
fight before the game, the
It's a rival, though. I mean,
unsportsmanlike
you gotta expect
conduct.
that.
I mean, what about Crum, who they threw out of the game?
Yeah, and still came back in.
And then the very next round of play, he came back in.
Yeah,
the
that
next
was
series.
interesting. Well, listen,
It
Kentucky
was crazy.
Kentucky football, obviously an amazing year, 9-3 on the season.
What a season.
A chance to get 10 wins, and you said they have us kind of predicted to go to the Citrus Bowl with
Citrus
Penn
Bowl,
State.
Penn State, yeah.
That would be a pretty.
Or it could be the Outback Bowl or the Music City Bowl.
That's some
now,
big
here's
bowls.
the thing. What do you think if they play Northwestern again, who beat us last year?
That's kind of a boring game. I don't know what I think about that. I would like to see us play Penn State, us to go up against a Big Ten team. We kind of play more like a Big Ten school with that running power game.
So their coach.
I think that would be a good matchup.
Do you think their coach will stay?
I don't know. That's interesting because they have a lot of expectations there coming into the year, and to be falling behind like they have been, I'm not sure if that's a coach that might be on the hot seat or not, or might be looking for another job.
Possibly Louisville?
So, I saw today Dan Dockett said that Braun was coming to Louisville, but now that's not been announced yet officially.
It's not been
so
announced
I don't know
yet,
what's going
so
on
I don't
there.
know. Who knows? It's all up in the air. Maybe we'll know by next Monday.
Well, the big bowl game for Kentucky is obviously being discussed, but my question today on the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Facebook poll was, if you're a Kentucky fan, would you rather see them go to a bigger bowl game and lose, or play in a lesser bowl game and win? That was our Facebook poll question. And what would you think? If you're a Kentucky fan, which one would you rather have?
Well, I like my cake and eat it too. I want them to play
a big
good
bowl
team
game and win. Yeah.
And win. So that wasn't an option.
That was not an option. We had 2 options on Facebook.
I want to win. We haven't won a bowl game, so I think my vote would be to play the lesser team and win the game.
Me too. That was my vote as well.
And get Mark Stoops another $250,000.
And I think it helps with recruiting too. I mean, you get the bowl win, that's always a big thing, and it kind of gives you another thing to pull in recruiting.
Right.
You had a bowl win this year.
You know, today they announced that Mark Stoops has made nationwide the most bonuses of anyone else.
Oh, I believe it.
The next in line was the Iowa coach.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, our Facebook poll is brought to you by the law office of Patrick O'Neill, located in Breathitt County. When you need help with deeds and wills, criminal defense cases, workers' compensation, whatever the case may be, call Patrick O'Neill at 606-666-2990 for a free consultation. He is located in Breathitt County, but he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. And our Facebook poll today, the question was, bigger bowl game and lose or lesser bowl game and win for the Wildcats? 60% said lesser bowl game and win, and 40% say bigger bowl game and lose. So what was your vote? I said lesser bowl game and win. That's what I think, too. I think it's better that way.
Me too. We just want to win.
Yeah. Samantha, the big thing today coming out, too, is that Josh Allen, if they do play in the bowl game,
I don't know how I feel about this.
He might sit out. You know,
I'm not happy about it.
I've seen a lot of bigger media people say that's what's best for him. I mean, look at what the kid from Ohio State did.
Best for the team.
No, exactly. And you got to be team first. But I mean, he's already helped us have one of the best years in school history. So
it's
if
about
he sits out, I understand it. Maybe it's
Benny
a case.
Snell's definitely going to play.
Oh yeah, Snell he
wants that 107 yards to set the record.
And exactly, he's got a chance to do that. He truly bleeds blue. And I'm not saying Josh Allen doesn't, but
I don't think we can win without Josh Allen, though.
Depends on who we play. We do need him. And it could be a case to where maybe we don't play him the entire game. We put him in on like Coach Sanders did with Madison Central this year, and Derek Miller and Blake Muntz, put him in on certain situations. Maybe that's what they might do with Josh Allen. So
maybe see how it goes, not play him in the second half. I don't know. We need Cash Daniels. What about him?
He's so much fun.
Postseason interview.
He's so much fun. He's an entertainer. That's what I like about my football players.
And he's
I want them to entertain.
Boy, and that could be why I love him so much. I just, that hand of his, though.
Well, Samantha, obviously, for the second straight year, we go straight from football to basketball.
And how great is that? We're not complaining.
No,
I promise.
Exactly. Yeah,
that is pretty awesome.
Fun.
Southern last year, Central this year. It's pretty cool.
But tomorrow night, Madison Central, Madison Southern. On Friday night, we've got Madison Southern at Estill County. I mean, a lot of exciting games coming up in the near future for high school basketball. I'm excited to see Isaiah Cozart out there with and Central's ranked in the top 5 in the state. Really good head coach, one of the top 5 players in the state.
Yeah. Now, that should be our poll next week. Do you think Isaiah Cozart will get the blocking record?
He might have it before then.
Before next week?
He's 8 blocks away. He's 8 blocks away from – he might get 8 in the first game.
Oh,
I'm going to say he has the blocking record by halftime of the second game.
Okay, so say they say the second game, which is when? Friday night?
I'm pretty sure,
for him.
On the road. So.
Yeah.
But when you look at this team, Madison Central, Cozart leading the way.
Yeah.
A lot of young guys. I think he will have to carry more of an offensive load earlier in the year with Quay Charlton, Braden Ray, Deion Cox, some of these guys coming in.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to step up being more of an offensive player rather. He's always been the defense. Now, last year he did step up. I'm sure Feldhouse is engaging him, saying, listen, we need it from you this year, losing 4 out of those 5 starters.
Exactly. So I think when you look into this year, obviously earlier in the show we had our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Year. Postseason, after the season was over with, it was Jackson Jewett for the Indians football team. Our preseason basketball player of the year, where Randy pulled that up for us, is going to be Isaiah Cozart of Madison Central. This young man, obviously less than 10 blocks away from setting the all-time blocks record in the state of Kentucky. And Kentucky basketball, obviously we know about the tradition. It has been going on for a very, very long time. And this guy could be the all-time career blocks leader
it's pretty cool.
in the history of Kentucky basketball. That's a big deal. He's going to Western Kentucky.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
So this guy is a tremendous basketball player for Coach Feldhouse.
Are you glad that he's already signed? I'm glad.
Yeah, I think it kind of takes away.
Now he can focus.
Exactly.
Focus on the team rather than his future.
Yeah, I think that's a big
I'm
deal.
with you.
So that's our preseason player of the year this year for basketball, Isaiah Cozart of Madison Central. Samantha, we've got a lot of talented local athletes when you look at the game coming up on Friday. John Bentley this year. You had the 14th Region Championship last year.
Going to the state tournament.
You lose a lot of talent. You lose 4 starters and a kid that transferred back to Breathitt County. You lose a lot. You return Joe Benton, and just like what Isaiah Cozart will have to do with Madison Central, Joe Benton will have to do with Estill County. A lot of young guys getting some playing time this year, whether it be Dylan Long, who saw some sporadic minutes last year.
Very different type of player, though.
Exactly. Benton, I think, will have to take more of the offensive load himself, and I think he can do it.
Yes.
He's got the three-point shot from deep. He can fire it up from almost as he comes across half court.
And that's going to be fun to watch.
But I would almost expect Estill County this year to play at more of a faster pace than what we've seen them play in years past because they have the athletes to do so. Last year.
Let's hope Kentucky gets there.
I don't even want to talk about the Cats right now. We'll talk about them more next week. But when we look over at Madison Southern, first-year head coach Austin Newton.
It's going to be tough. We talked to him last week, and I'll keep interrupting
you. No,
you're
fine. You're good. You're good.
I get excited about basketball.
Oh, yeah. That's your favorite sport.
It really is.
Well, this
You've even turned me into a little bit of an NBA.
Oh, you heard it, Randy. She bought me something from the Celtics this year.
Watch her. I'm an NBA. I'm not going to say lover. I'm going to watch her.
There you go.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Well,
maybe.
Before we get off the air, we've got a little bit of NFL notes to talk about. We've got the NFL season kind of winding down now, and
I'm not watching them.
Patriots starting to win a little bit. The Cowboys have come on strong. How about the Cowboys? You trade for Amari Cooper, you get all the backlash, you lose to the Titans, and since then you've beat the Philadelphia Eagles, you beat the Redskins. There is a big game tonight, the Titans and the Texans. And God, I'll tell you what, with all the sports that's going on right now, there is no other better place to watch sports coverage than Buffalo Wild Wings right here in Richmond. And not only do they have you covered with all the NBA games, all the NFL games, all the big college football games.
You could have watched the Friday night golf.
They had Madison Central over here on the TV
channel.
On Friday night. I mean, they have got everything you want if you're a sports fan right here at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center. Tommy and the staff there do a tremendous job of taking care of you. And don't forget, if around this time of year, you start buying those gift cards, $25 gift card at Buffalo Wild Wings gets you a $5 bonus card.
That's pretty cool.
We've had Ashley tonight. She's been a really good server. The worst server here is Paul Hill. I don't know if Paul can hear me or not. He's up there. Look at him. He's from Hazard. I mean,
he's ignoring you.
Yeah, he's ignoring me. Probably rightfully so. But all kinds of fun when we come over here, watch sports.
It's a lot of fun when we come in here. There's always an audience, and they get to hear us.
And if you're a Kentucky fan, there's no better place to watch a game because everybody here gets excited. They cheer on the Cats.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool place to watch a
Now, who do they play? Mammoth or Mount?
I don't know. Monmouth, Loyola Marymount. I don't know who it is. But
it's hard to keep up.
When we come back next Monday, Samantha, we'll have a couple of basketball games in our back pocket. We'll look more at Kentucky basketball and football. It'll be all kinds of fun. Next week, going to be over in Winchester at King Brothers. And don't forget about King Brothers right now. If you are a veteran, if you're looking for a vehicle, the month of November is not over with yet. They're giving you $500 off of your purchase of a used vehicle over at King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester. If you are a veteran, $500 off the purchase price of a vehicle. We're also brought to you by Honchos over in Estill County. Great time of year to go over there and shop. You get the good deals on all the new clothes, Carhartt boots. If you're looking for a gift for dad or your brother or your husband, whatever the case may be, Honchos is the place to go for that over in Estill County. The law office of Patrick O'Neill does a really good job with us. We're going to be making the new commercial for him in the beginning of the year. Excited about that.
That's always fun.
And Jack Burford Chevrolet, our studio sponsor.
Yeah.
Chevy, I mean.
They still just had their big Black Friday
sale. Oh, yeah. Big, and I saw some of the black vehicles out front.
Yeah,
that's still going on. You can check out jackburford.com for all the good deals from there.
You know what? Do you ever, before we go off the air, do you ever watch any college football? I got to get you watching more college football.
I do watch some college football.
Did you watch the Texas A&M LSU game?
I did not, but that game was
that would have been fun right here.
You know what the over-under in that game was?
They'd have kicked us out. It went so late. They'd have kicked us out.
The over-under in that game was 49. They doubled it.
Yes.
They doubled it up. Each team got 49, so that was kind of fun. So.
And set all kinds of records for the highest scoring and FBS. And
listen, next Monday, live at King Brothers. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching for the Estill County girls basketball team and for Mark Sanders from Madison Central and Randy Rosenbaum, our producer on the TV side, Jaden Johnson, our radio producer, the lovely Samantha Burford, and myself, Michael Watkins. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching the Wallingford Sports Show.
Make sure to visit jackburford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Honchel's Men's Store is not just a men's clothing store. It's a first pair of boots store, an outfit to match dad store, a place to cheer on your favorite team store, and now they're also a place to get a women's clothes store. Honchel's has it all. When the weather starts to get cold, get to Honchel's for the latest Carhartt brands to keep everyone in the family warm. Plus, Honchel's has a huge selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. Family owned and trusted for over 50 years, where you'll always get free gift wrapping and personalized service. Honchel's in the West Irvin Plaza.
Hey everybody, meet my new intern, Alan Cutler.
Oldest intern in America. 20 applied for the job, and I got it. Look, I am so excited to be doing the Madison Central games with you.
Yeah.
They're special. The Feldhouse family is special. It's a ton of fun. Join us on WBONTV.com and Y92.5 WEKY.
Alan, how about some coffee?
Okay, I'm the intern.
Don't forget the cream and sugar.
Okay.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.